Hello,
Hello,
my name is Lee and this is,
Hyeyeon Chung.
and today we're going to talk about leadership as a student while we enjoy some camping style MREs. We have here, what is this?
소불고기 덮밥.
Okay, 소불고기 덮밥, and Hyeyeon has
마파두부.
마파두부. Hyeyeon, can you introduce yourself?
In English or Korean?
In English.
In English, okay. Hello, my name is Hyeyeon Chung, and I'm a neuroscientist and also computer scientist. So I'm doing research about neuroscience with the programming, and I really wonder about the human brain and how people think or perceive the world.
Okay, and Hyeyeon, where did you go to college?
I graduated from the GIST College, and now I'm a master student at GIST ECS grad school.
And one thing about Hyeyeon, since I've known her, she's been a very strong student leader. She's been involved in many programs and was instrumental in creating GIST Toastmasters. And I have so much respect and so much admiration for Hyeyeon.
Thank you.
So today, we'll talk about leadership and some suggestion and advice you have for other students, because I think one of the biggest problems at GIST right now is there are not enough student leaders to take up important roles on campus. Okay, so which one do you want to eat first or make first?
마파두부.
Okay. And because Hyeyeon is Korean, I'm going to see how well she can make this. I never had this one before, and it's different from the MRE style bibimbap that Jung Ji-hoon had last time. This one is actually more expensive because it comes with its own kind of, it's a little bit different. So let's go ahead and see what we have. You know how to open? Oh, this one is different.
Oh, different.
Okay, so this one has a weird thing. Like,
This is just first.
okay, open one.
And they're just
Okay,
third line. Open
that's
one.
more complicated.
Oh, there is a good row here. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so, okay, hey, is this the actual sogogi
yeah. I know the sauce.
sauce? Okay, okay,
It's a kimchi.
okay. This is kimchi.
Yeah.
So, from my limited understanding of Korean, it says don't eat, don't put in the microwave, don't cook, be careful, don't spill, don't do a lot of things. But from my understanding, I think we just pull this tab and it starts cooking. And then afterwards we have this little cup tray, cardboard tray to use as a plate. Okay, I'm gonna assume, okay, if I read the instructions in Korean, I put this in here, I pull the string, wait 15 minutes, it's done.
You should put these things too.
I should put these in here. Okay. I will. What is this? Oh, this is the.
Yeah,
So-
it's a rice.
This is the rice.
Yeah,
This is the. Okay.
it's a sauce.
I'm gonna put in the kimchi as well.
볶음 김치.
볶음 kimchi. Okay. And then let's see what happens.
Let's pull this too.
Did you explain how it works?
Like it works first. If I
Oh, you're not supposed to open everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Till later.
so
Okay.
if I pull this row, then
Okay.
it will release the
Okay.
hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
Yeah, I written that.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Is that it?
I don't know.
It didn't come out. Oh, I can hear it.
Oh, steam.
Yeah, steam. Go ahead. Okay, you should start. Okay, don't worry.
I'm worried.
Stop.
Can you pull this?
It's done.
It's done?
Yeah. It should have started.
It's a chemical reaction. Oh.
It is a chemical reaction, which creates an exothermic
Oh yeah.
chemical reaction.
Yeah, exothermic chemical reaction.
Any idea what the formula might be? You want to write down the formula?
I don't know. I'm not chemistry guy.
You should be. What did the instructions say? You have to put it on the side or put it down?
It's a put it this side for 10 minutes and then put here for
We
10
have
minutes.
a stopwatch, so we're watching.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about leadership
Okay.
while our food is cooking. And it's going to get hotter. This is like jjimjilbang. This is like jjimjilbang. This would be good in the wintertime, but oh wow, this is really...
It's too humid.
What about this one? Do I have to change the side or anything?
I think no. It's for just do it for 15 minutes.
15 minutes. What about yours? Does yours come with the this inside?
Yeah, inside.
It's inside? And
Maybe.
it's cooking right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, when I found out about the mapo tofu, I really wanted to get this because I like
Oh, you
mapo
like
tofu.
mapo.
Right? So I'm curious to see how this is. And I told my brother-in-law who bought this, like, this doesn't look that appetizing.
Because the brownish. Yeah, the color is not that good.
But always the picture looks better than the result. And this one is just like a drawing.
Yeah, it's like drawing.
Okay, so it's interesting.
It's like drawing.
Okay. So, can you tell us a little bit about your leadership experience at GIST? What have you done at GIST that qualifies you as a student leader?
Yeah, I started the club Toastmasters. I was founder, and luckily I have a really good team member who support me, and we collaborate each other and cooperate really well, and then we successfully settled down the club, the new club, and then I started to go outside of the club, so go to the area like Gwangju area and go over to Gwangju 전라남도 and also some parts of Gyeongsangdo. So I put a charge with leader role in support some like many clubs in 전라도 and Gyeongsangdo.
That's right. You were she was actually like a regional leader for Toastmasters International in Korea, and she was responsible for training other student leaders or other Toastmasters group in Jeju.
Yeah. Also and then except GIST club, then all of other peoples are much older than me.
That's interesting because right now there's a Korean politician
Yeah.
who's very young. That's the leader of a major party.
Oh yeah, Lee Jun-seok, right?
And he's been complaining on the news that people don't treat him with enough respect because of his age
Yeah.
and power position. Is very, very interesting. Korea's a very unique country to develop leadership skills because so much is dependent on age. And so what were some of the challenges of being a student leader at GIST?
Yeah, of course, the age matters. Age matters in Korea, and then at the first time, but after the conceiving myself to show my capability or ability to become a leader or support other people, then the people do not consider my age anymore.
Okay. They focus more on your ability or skill and what you bring to the table. That's really nice. And I think if you go to America or a Western society, that's what they focus more on.
Right.
Someone's leadership potential or skill. And what are some of the qualities that makes a good student leader? What would you say is the most important quality?
I think the leader should be.
Make sure you check the time.
Yeah.
You have to flip it over. It's been about 10 minutes.
No, we started 12.
12:04?
No, 8 or 9. So let's back on our conversation.
Sorry.
No. What was the question?
So, what do you think is the most important leadership quality to have?
I think the leader should be receive the respect from other people. So they should be have enough ability or enough confidence or some aspect that people can follow. So in terms of morality, in terms of morality or ability or their communication skill, like a speech,
speaking ability to communicate with others. I think what Hyeyeon was saying about being respected, basically to be a good leader, you have to have a good character.
Right.
If a person such as Donald Trump doesn't have a good character, it's much harder for people to respect and to follow them. But right now in America, the situation is crazy. There's so many other factors involved that let's not talk about that anymore. How do you as a student leader deal with challenges, like when a problem comes up between club members or, because every relationship has problems. Even inside a club. So how do you deal with that?
The relationship among people is really important. So even if there are more than 10 people or 5 to 10 people, there should be some really ridiculous person, like a jerk.
A jerk?
Yeah, so some people treat other members or other people really badly. Then how to prevent that jerk to treat bad? It's a problem.
You don't want one person who's infected with the COVID virus to infect everyone else with a bad attitude.
Like a virus, right?
You want to kind of stop that bad attitude early, so it doesn't influence the way other students behave, or it doesn't hurt the growth of the club. Right? Wow, this is really cooking really well. Wow, I'm
steaming.
Really. The other one that we had was much smaller, that Jung Ji-hoon made with the bibimbap. But this is really, wow. Should you change it now?
2 minutes later.
2 minutes? You can tell Hyeyeon is a scientist by the precision with which she measures time. For me, I'm just like, okay, I'll flip it over now. Wow.
It's
This is crazy. And there's so much steam on the table now.
It's hot enough.
Do you think it'll taste good?
Maybe. As in, it tastes like 한솥 도시락.
We'll see.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. What were some of the more challenging experiences you had as a student leader?
The extent that people motivate is really different.
Oh yeah.
So more motivated people tend to work more than other people. Then it's really difficult how to balance.
Yeah. There's a problem called the free rider problem.
Yeah, free rider.
What is that in Korean? What is free rider in Korean?
무임승차.
What does that mean basically?
It's take on bus freely without no cost.
What's a
bus?
Basically, a free rider situation is when few people do all the work that benefits the rest of the community.
It's like if the Koreans more have a metaphor with bus. So
Bus.
yeah, the bus rider, a bus driver, take a bus, and the free rider just take on the bus
Without paying.
Yeah, without paying, and so that means that only the driver work.
Yeah, and everyone else benefits.
Yeah. That's
So how do you deal with those issues?
First, I avoided the free riders
How?
to get into my team.
Okay, so in order to be a good leader, you have to have good relationships with the people you work with.
Yeah, right.
So how do you decide, or how do you judge other people's character? What are some things as a leader that impresses you about other people? Look at the time. Look at the time.
Oh, right. Impression.
Now, because I think the chemical liquid is moving around, and now every time you switch it, it's like it becomes another huge burst of steam.
You sound more scientist like me.
I'm working on my PhD. Okay, so this was for 15 minutes, and that was for like
20 minutes.
total?
Yeah. 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
So soon, this should be done, and we can open it first and take a look at it. And then we can see how the mapa tofu is doing. Like, the biggest problem I think for many student leaders at GIST is the timing.
Yeah, time management and timing.
Because like if you said, hey, let's have a meeting at Wednesday, 6 o'clock, then some people can make it regularly, other people can't, and there's always unexpected schedule changes. Back before the pandemic, like, if you say the meetings are on Wednesday nights, sometimes like one lab might have a hyeyeon or some kind of outing, or there would be other activities, other clubs, other responsibilities, study groups, and that would always interfere with the timing of the club meetings.
Right.
So what's the best way to deal with that?
I think the best thing is do not change. If you set one day and certain time,
Okay.
then do not change the day and time, and then let people have like make a timetable or just set up the time, and then also have a backup plan. Are you okay?
I'm gonna switch this around. Like this and change the position.
It's hot?
Let's give it a few more minutes. And I think another very important thing for a student leader is to evolve. Like when Hyeyeon was responsible for Toastmasters, something happened that changed everything, and that was the COVID pandemic. For the Toastmasters meeting, we would always meet in a room and practice public speech, and we had a nice area. People could move around and interact with each other. Then suddenly, the pandemic happened, and everything was now online, which changed the dynamic of Toastmasters.
Yeah.
And you had to make a really difficult decision. What was that difficult decision?
Yeah, we give up the platform of Toastmasters and then move to the free discussion and like debating platform, which is more or less, which is a less complex and less rules. Yeah.
Yeah, less rules, more flexible, more adaptable, and that's something a good leader has to do. They have to make hard choices for the benefit of other people, for the benefit of the club. So Hyeyeon was focused on helping students improve their English and made a difficult choice because honestly, Toastmasters is an internationally recognized organization, and within that official organization, Hyeyeon had developed a strong reputation as a leader. And she basically put that away and said, helping my classmates, helping my fellow students was more important, and that took a lot of courage to do. And I really, really respect Hyeyeon for doing that. she could have been selfish and said, I want to develop a stronger reputation within Toastmasters by hanging on to this old format
Yeah, right.
that we noticed had a lot of problems for our students in developing their English. And Hyeyeon decided she was willing to give up those benefits to help her fellow students. And I thought, wow, that's what a real leader does. They make hard choices, they make sacrifices to benefit, the people they care about. And, and that goes to the other point is a good student leader should care about her fellow students.
Right.
That's what Hyeyeon does.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Any last thoughts before we open this?
to add your
To ahead?
what you said,
Okay.
that one of my member told me that she was really surprised by my decisions. Oh, just here.
Okay.
My decision, because she thought that I will not give up the platform.
Yeah.
But I consider the students' needs, because the Toastmasters Toastmasters focus on leadership more than like English, but our students' need is the English, not a leadership lore.
Yeah.
So I decided we want is the English, not a leadership, and also the thing is the gather people and we have interact each other. Is the platform does not matter anymore.
Everything changed.
Yeah.
So we're back, and let's open up this one first. So here's that little food tray.
Okay.
Here's the
Sauce.
Here's the rice.
Rice.
The last time we had the bibimbap, the rice wasn't that good. Hopefully with the sauce, it'll be much better.
But it's a rice with veggies.
Yeah. Same as the bibimbap one that we had with the Jung Ji-hoon. Okay. Should we use this one or should we use the more sturdy?
I think it's better.
But yeah, I think it's better too. Okay. So here is yours.
It's hot.
I know. That's the benefit of. Okay, put it in.
Half?
No. This is my lunch.
Yeah. So why you
For your lunch.
bring two containers?
So this again looks like bokkeumbap style fried rice. Oh man, this is so unappetizing. But hopefully with the sauce, it'll be better.
No.
You don't think so?
It looks like dog.
Maybe, yeah. That's probably a better description. Okay, here's the sauce. It looks like curry.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
Some
This looks
beef.
good. Wow, this looks much better than I was expecting.
It's totally different from that image.
That image.
It's totally different.
From the picture?
It's a fraud.
Maybe.
It's a
But
fraud.
the real test is the taste. Okay, so we'll have to see how it tastes. Now, I'm gonna use my spork that came with the meal. The rice. The rice. So we mix it up. And this is kimchi?
Yeah, kimchi. 볶음 kimchi.
And I put it in here as well?
Up to your
Taste. Okay, why don't you put the kimchi in here?
Oh yeah.
And then we can-
That's a good idea.
We can see how it is. Wow, the rice is so hard and it's like wow. It needs a sauce to make it more palatable, more. I don't think this is good.
I really want words does not invoke to avoid this MRE food.
MRE food is meant for soldiers who are basically starving to death in the field, and they'll eat anything. So that's like a
안 나와.
안 나와?
Because I mistakenly
Opened the wrong side.
stripped. Yeah.
That doesn't look too nice.
Do you have chopsticks?
Yeah. Of course I have chopsticks. This is Korea. Whoa, wow. Now I'm mixing it up. It actually looks much better. Ooh, that's kimchi. Oh, you can have like banchan. Oh,
Yeah,
the
it's
smell.
banchan.
The smell is very strong.
Why?
It's like a really sour kimchi smell,
Oh yeah.
right?
But we made 볶음김치 with a really sour kimchi.
Of course.
신김치. Oh, there's more kimchi here.
I don't think we can finish it all.
Here. Oh, it's still hot.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Oh, I have to open now.
Okay, hold on. Before you open, why don't you use your spoon? Take out the spoon.
Oh,
Oh, here, use the spoon.
maybe there's a spoon inside.
There is a
here.
spoon inside here, but try a taste first. Try a taste.
I'll taste it.
Taste how it is. And give us your reaction. Good?
Oh, it's good. It's like a.
You want to try some kimchi? Here, try. You want to try with some kimchi? Mm-hmm. Try with kimchi. But put some rice on the spoon. This is Korean style.
It tastes like a 본죽.
Bonju. What is bonju?
죽
Juk?
is the company's name, franchise name, brand name.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, compared to your mother's cooking, how is
Of course, my mother is good at cooking.
it? How about okay? Compared to your cooking.
I'm good at cooking too.
So let's see Hyeyeon's version
Yeah.
of the mapa tofu. The other kind of the MRE that was more military style, the bibimbap that I had, was so much better. It's okay.
Oh, it's hot.
The thing about these MREs, they produce a lot of garbage.
Where is your rice? Here?
No, here.
No, don't know
Oh,
rice.
here, it's coming.
Oh.
It spilled out like a baby. I'm gonna try this myself while it's still hot. While Hyeyeon is preparing her mapa tofu.
뜨거. 뜨거. It's too hot.
I think if you're starving in the field, this is not bad. This is not bad. You want to open it? Here, let me do it.
It's too hot. Ah, you're smart.
I use centrifugal force. But the same problem. I think for this company, wow, this is really hot. I think for this company, even for the bibimbap, it was the same style. Right?
Why is this all the same? It's only the different sauce.
Because I think for this kind of packaging, they can only prepare the rice one way. But like compared to 햇반,
햇반.
햇반
is much better.
much better, right? It's much better. So this is kind of you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see the dubu.
두부. Oh,
Ooh.
there's 두부.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, but it smells like a 된장.
Wow. And it looks like kind of like the kimchi. There's like the colors. And we also have the kimchi. Okay. we'll add it to the pile. Actually, if you want to get another chopstick,
Oh, yeah.
I have more over there.
I will.
You know, this reminds me. Like when my wife buys like the gongchi in the can
꽁치 can.
with the kimchi. This reminds me of that.
Travel taste.
No. Mix it up first.
Yeah, I will mix.
Okay.
I will eat again, but only when I'm starving.
How about during finals? Like, you know,
No.
2 o'clock in the morning. I think if you eat this during finals, the danger is you might get sick. And you won't do well on your exam. Wow, that really smells strong.
It smells like 된장.
What is doenjang in English?
I don't know.
How would you describe that food?
It's like,
Can I try?
yeah, sure.
Is it done?
Yes, no, more.
See, Hyeyeon is mixing like this. You have to mix
I want to chopping the rice.
because the rice is so
Bulky or to collect each other.
Now, the other student that we did the MRE mukbang with was Jung Ji-hoon, and he cannot eat hot, spicy food. He's scared of spicy food. I think he would die if he had to eat this. Get a little bit of dubu. This looks very spicy, but it's actually quite flavorful.
There's not that much spicy.
Yeah, it looks spicy, but it's actually quite tasty.
I think it's better than it's better than this.
I agree. I agree. You know, the rice were similar for both. The rice came in the same packaging, but for some reason, I don't know. That does taste better. Let me try the kimchi. Oh, I have to say, not bad. You know, as far as MREs go, this is not bad. Well, this is, you know, as the rice absorbs the sauce, it gets better. So the science of preserving food for a long time has gotten much better over the years. And I think for the students who go to Gundae, this is, I don't know, compared to the school food in the cafeteria.
Similar?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, which isn't good, but it's still not bad.
It's better than my expectation.
The rice is the problem.
Yeah, rice is
had,
the problem.
If they had like the same sauce with hetban or with the other MRE style that Ji-hoon and I had, that we added the water and it cooked inside the bag, that was a really nice one actually. It was really surprisingly good.
Also, it's a different way to hit.
Yes. Because for that one, the rice was dehydrated, and we added the water and cooked it again in the bag. Next time you'll have to try that one.
I don't know what to try more in our food.
But the kimchi isn't bad as well.
Kimchi is good.
Actually, it was funny. When I was in Iraq, my wife would send me care packages.
You was in Iraq?
Yeah,
Why I never heard of it?
you never asked. But when I was in Iraq, basically, my wife would send me care packages with food and other, you know, to keep me happy, to keep my morale up. And one time she sent me cans of canned kimchi. And it was so funny. Somehow, the other Marines in my unit found out Ellis got kimchi. And so many people from different units, different platoons, would come to me at night and say, share some of your kimchi with me. It was so amazing how many of the Marines, we were in the middle of nowhere, and we were patrolling the border with Syria. So we were like nowhere. And people would come up and say, hey, give me some kimchi. It was amazing. My wife also sent me nuringji. Because at the time there was no hepban or whatever.
So you ate nurungji at Iraq?
No, I would take the nuringji, put it in a pot of boiling water, and have rice.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So that was a really nice thing my wife did for me.
Rice. Ooh. So, have you ever eaten this MR food before?
Korean style?
Or any stars?
Yeah. I have more American style MREs
Oh.
that Jihoon brought.
Right.
But when I was in the military, we ate MREs all the time. It was
Oh, during your military service?
during Iraq.
Oh.
You do like if you have access to a normal restaurant or food service, you would never eat MREs,
Right.
right? So when you're in the field, when you're on missions, that's what we would have.
However, just imagine that like Middle Ages or ancient, if they have a war, how they cook, how they eat.
No, Genghis Khan. When Genghis Khan's armies, when the Mongols invaded Europe, one of the foods that they would eat would be beef,
Yukpo?
but it was like more like yukke. It was like raw beef, and they would like season it, and then, they were famous for riding horses, and they would put the raw beef on the saddle of the horse, and they would sit on top of it. And as they're riding along, their body would basically tenderize the meat. And they would eat it. And it was supposed to be much, much better.
Oh, I do not want to eat that.
But like, if you're hungry, it sounds good. How hungry do you have to be to eat this again? So, another challenge as student leader, how do you make your club grow? How do you get people interested? Because I think one of the biggest challenge a student leader has is competition for time. For example, at one of the English discussions, Hyeyeon picked the topic of Netflix.
Yeah.
And in her discussion, she said, Netflix considers the biggest competitor to be what? Do you remember what you said?
OTT?
Sleep. Right? So basically, you're competing against people's time to attract people, right? So how, as a student leader, do you find ways or get students interested enough to join your club, any club?
Actually, I think that the important thing is quality.
Quality.
So if our club have a good enough quality and is worthy to consume time, then people will come without any promotion.
And the students have to realize why it's important to join or to be part of that club.
And so I want to show how our club's content is good. So and how members are amazing. So I always hold a open house once a semester. and then invite many people, and people just come in, whoever interested in our club, and then they try to how good is club, or like how, so some vision of club. So if they are interested in and have a will to come and join, then they participated.
Okay. Yeah. And one thing Hyeyeon tried to do with Toastmasters was to make new members feel welcome. Like, for example, in Korea, there's a lot of 선배, 후배
Oh, right.
issues,
Yeah, the hierarchy.
And so Hyeyeon tried to avoid that problem by getting people, if you speak English, just call them by their names.
Yeah.
Right? So Hyeyeon would discourage the use of 선배, 형님, or 사장님, or 대통령, or
Yeah, during even in our like outside of club, I try to make our members remove the 님, 선배님, or like just call me 누나, or just call me my name. I always said that, and I really hate the 존댓말 in Korea. So I really hate that my 후배s doing some like 존댓말, 뭐 해요, yo. Like I really don't like. It's feeling me like. It's feeling like I'm a grandmother.
할머니.
Yeah.
Besides Toastmasters, what other clubs have you been a part of that had really good leadership?
Yeah, because in that club, the successful clubs, I figure out that there is a really good model within the club. So to resemble him, or to follow him, or to observe the good qualities of him,
Okay.
people gathered and keep going to join the club.
So it sounds like from what you're saying, leadership in just clubs
It's role model.
depends on role models and people's personalities. So among those role models, what are some personality traits you noticed about them? Right? Can you describe a few?
First, there's a really good at public speaking.
Okay.
Really good
Communication.
at communication. And
That's it?
then they treat other people really in a really good way, and they respect other people.
Wow. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, because from my experience with leadership, the best leaders care about and respect
Yeah.
those around them. And I think that's really important for Koreans to kind of adopt, because I noticed like within GIST, a lot of the leadership tries to act separate from the other people, and that creates a distance that makes it harder for them to gain other people's respect. And I noticed that among a lot of different situations at GIST, but what Hyeyeon is saying from her experience at other clubs, the best leaders are the ones who care about and show affection, have a good relationship with other club members. And I think that's important.
I think the relationship is first, because if relation is ruined, then there's no more communication. Then just without communication or without the supporters, the leader cannot do anything. So they always need supporters and
Yeah.
and the people's hardworking. Then they should motivated and yeah. So I think that the relationship is the first quality that far outweighs other qualities.
Okay. I noticed in Korea, a lot of relationships at GIST begin by like MT, membership training, or 회식. So how important is like alcohol and the drinking culture to promote good relationships? I think because of the pandemic, it might be changing a lot. But that's one thing about Korea I always found kind of distressing. Like a lot of times people, not even just students, but just Koreans in general, seem to have the idea that alcohol is necessary as kind of a social lubricant to help relationships form.
I think in a relationship, having a good quality of time is really important. And Korean people usually spend good quality and good conversation with alcohol. So it's not mandatory to drinking alcohol, but having a conversation is really important. So if you are not an alcohol person, then to have a conversation, just go the hanging out,
Or having lunch.
having lunch. Lunch is also better. And for me, in my case, I go to the dongbang, the club room, in dormitory, without alcohol or without anything. Just have a conversation while we eating,
Okay.
or while even we are writing my report or homework.
Those are good times to
Yeah.
get along with your classmates. So Hyeyeon, did you enjoy your lunch?
It's good.
These were actually like twice as expensive as the other kinds of MRE because I think of the special heating system that they have. So would you be willing to pay for lunch? Was it worth, do you think?
How much it is?
I don't know. It was like what, maybe 6,000?
6,000? Yeah, it's
7,000?
okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. But if I have another option, I will go Subway.
So this is actually, a lot of fun. Like Hyeyeon has no idea what questions I'm going to ask her. Ji-hoon had no idea what I was going to do. And I think it's a great way to get to know people, just talking over lunch. And that's kind of how the English Discussion Club got its name. Right? Can you tell us a little bit about the history of English Adventure Time?
Oh, it's actually there's a Korean slang that if I master something then it's like 씹어 먹어버리다. It's like eat. It's like a slang, but so we got some idea from that slang, so we make eat English. So and then make some like abbreviation, the long full sentence. English Adventure Time, right?
English Adventure Time. And where were the first meetings? Where did it start?
It started the last year. No, before.
Where?
Oh, June. Teams?
No. I heard the story that the students would meet together for lunch and just try to speak English.
Right. Yeah. I remember.
So what is the history of the origin of the English Adventure Time?
Okay, actually the origin was me and Hyunsu and
Hyunsu who?
Hyunsu.
Hyunsu.
Yeah.
They don't know. You have to
Hyunsu.
explain.
So he's
Sambae.
my 선배, and he went Galapagos with me, and also he was a member of Toastmaster too, and he's the grad school students in
Functional Genomics Laboratory.
Yeah.
And if you actually look through my videos, he made a couple. Right? So he's on my channel. And okay, so you and Hyunsu and
Actually, first time we two of us started just eating lunch with English, eating just 학식 in cafeteria. But the reason is, after I entered into ballet, I've never opportunity to speak English. So I speak only Korean. So I feel that I lose my English.
Okay.
So I started to like
But who cares? You're Korean. You live in Korea, right?
No.
Why is it important to speak English?
English so matters
Why?
in science because all materials are written in English, and I have to presentation in English on the conference
Okay.
and also interview. So if you are a scientist and if you want to pursue a PhD program, then you have to good at English, I think.
Okay.
And then the advantage of English so good because if I'm good at English, let's assume there are A and B. A is good at English, but B is not at English. Then A can read like a tons of paper during the same time with B, because the papers are written in English. So the number of paper to read is really important and is your strength in science.
Okay. And it's become more important for Hyeyeon because she graduated from just college with a degree in
Life science.
life science. She went to just Hagwon, just graduate school, and is in the AI lab,
Not AI lab, but computer science lab.
computer science lab. And as soon as she finishes her master's degree, her plan is to go to America for her PhD. So English is very important for her future success.
Right.
And that's kind of why, I made this channel, this YouTube channel, because when really good students leave GIST, they're leaving with all their knowledge and experience. So when I first started this channel, it's like, Juhi and Regina, they were graduating. Regina went to America, to Purdue University, and I was really sad that, other students who come after them wouldn't be able to hear or benefit from their wisdom. And so I just asked them if I could record their suggestions or advice. And that's why I'm so happy Hyeyeon is joining us today, because next semester she might be gone.
Right.
Unless she decides to do her PhD and stay for another couple of years. All right, so one thing about leadership, and I think that's really important, is you have to value people's time and appreciate when you're with other people, because nothing lasts forever. So you really have to cherish and appreciate and get as much benefit as you can while you have the opportunity. One thing I love about Hyeyeon is she always helps other students. If you're a Hubei and you ask her for help, she's never turned anyone down. And I think that speaks volumes about her character and her integrity and her, the values that she has. And I think that's something I'm really going to miss when she graduates. Right?
Thank you.
And, okay, how's your food coming along?
Yeah, it's good. But I missed the timing to eat.
Why, was it too hot? Or too,
No.
Too cold?
We talked a lot.
So now she's slowing down. Can you finish? Does this help? You want me to put,
Yeah.
Do you want me to put all this in?
Well, I really like this kimchi.
Take it with you. Very sour kimchi.
Because I live alone and I do not have kimchi in my house, in my home.
Hey, that's, you live in Korea. You can go down any, convenience store they should have kimchi.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Plus, you have a mom. It's almost the kimchi making season. So, are you gonna go home and help your mom make kimchi? Why not?
엄마 화이팅.
어머니, 저는 너무 바쁘습니다. You know, send me the kimchi, but I can't help you.
Exactly.
Oh, it's so funny. I remember, like during Chuseok. Do you have plans for Chuseok?
Yeah, go to my home and have time with my family. And actually, we do not do 제사. So there's no many like the housekeeping things, cookings.
Chuseok is the time, a Korean holiday, where they celebrate like some lunar, like the final harvest of the year, or something like that. And traditionally, families would go back to their ancestral homes and have a feast to celebrate the end of the growing season. And it would be a very busy time, especially for women who would have to cook a lot.
Yeah, I really hate that tradition.
So a new tradition formed, and like women would buy a fake cast, right, and go home to their their husband's father's house with a cast that, oh, I can't help you make kimchi because my arm is broken. So, yeah. But I think it's really important to spend time with your friends and family
Family.
during the holidays. All right.
Also, I have a plan to visit my friends who live in Seoul now, graduated just college, and live in Seoul now.
Would that include?
No?
Oh, I have to bleep out that. I'll bleep that out. That's funny. Yeah. Any final thoughts or suggestions for your hyubes in Korean? Can you summarize the role of a good student leader and some suggestions, and just say it to them in Korean?
만약에 여러분이 학생회나 뭔가
먼저 인사해야지.
okay.
I'm joking. She hates that.
Yeah, I really don't like the formal things. Like 아까 말씀드렸다시피 저는 지스트 대학 4년 동안 토스마스터즈라는 그룹을 이끌었었고, 그다음에 많은 후배들을 만났었고, 이제 고맙게도 많은 후배들이 저를 되게 좋아해줘서 많은 리더십 경험들을 할 수 있었는데요. 일단 가장 제가 중요하게 생각했던 거는 일단 사람들 간의 관계가 가장 중요하다고 생각을 했고, 그래서 서로 좋은 관계를 맺는 거를 생각을 했고, 또 가끔 보면 어떤 후배들은 이제 관계에 대해서 나에게 도움이 되는 사람과 아닌 사람을 가리는 경우도 있는데, 사실 이런 거는 바람직하지 않다고 보고, 궁극적으로는 이제 뭔가 제가 나에게 필요가 있어서 나한테 잘해주는구나, 이런 생각을 하게 됨으로써 궁극적으로는 인간관계를 망치는 길이 되니까 좀 주변 사람들 혹은 뭐 다른 수업에서 혹은 뭐 동아리에서 만나는 사람들에게 정말 다들 잘 대해주셨으면 좋겠어요. 이게 나중에 큰 자산으로 졸업하고 나면 돌아올 거예요. 네. That's it.
Thank you so much for joining me for lunch. I wished it tasted better, but the conversation was great, and I hope we can do this again
Yeah.
before you leave.
Thank you. Bye.